What's going on? So today I'm going to do a tutorial on how to take your makeup from your day look to your night look. So I'm going to pretend that I have an imaginary event to go to. So I have a little bit of makeup on right now that I put on probably at 8 o'clock in the morning or 7 o'clock in the morning or whatever. So I have a bit of concealer on, some powder, brow stuff, mascara. I just put a bit of lip chap on. I'm gonna start with the eyes. I'm gonna put on a little bit of an eyelid primer. This is Laura Mercier. And it's actually quite beautiful even just to wear on its own. It's kind of like the same color as your skin tone. So it just kind of hides any imperfections and veins and kind of gives your eye almost like a semi-gloss look. I really like it. Then I'm going to grab my two favorite brushes. These guys are from MAC. This is 217 and 234. I'm gonna use my 217 to apply a little bit of like a neutral brown color. I'm using the Tartelette palette. So I'm just going to kind of softly blend that onto the outer edge of my eyelid and then into my crease. So just kind of shading my eye area. So outer half of the eyelid, almost in like a sideways triangle, and then I'm taking it all the way across the hollow of my eye. And I'm using really like soft, broad strokes to make sure that there aren't any lines in my makeup. Now I'm going to take my eyeshadow brush with a lighter flesh color and I'm going to trace underneath my eyeshadow. And then in the inner corner of my eye, keeping it underneath the crease and then tapping it over into the inner port of my eyelid. See how that instantly like brightens my eye? Same thing on the other side. I kind of like to take my brush one more time and just give everything a nice blend. So these two shades that I put on my eyelid are both matte. I'm going to take my brush again and I'm going to apply a shimmery shade, and that's just going to go right on top of the center of my eyelid, kind of right above my lash line. Same thing on the other side. Now I'm just gonna refresh my skin. So I'm gonna take my Urban Decay Quick Fix spray. Spray it on my skin. I'm just gonna work over top of my concealer because that's pretty much all I had on my skin. And I tend to have oily skin, so I could take a wipe, but I'm just gonna work on top of what I have, and that can save you lots of time. However, if you find that you're really dry, you can always add a little bit of moisturizer and that'll give you a nice glow for your evening makeup look. So I'm going to apply my foundation. I'm using the Makeup Forever, the holy grail of all foundations in my opinion. HG foundation with my Beauty Blender. This is super damp. And I'm going to stipple it across Beautiful. I'm going to take a little bit of concealer. This is the MAC Studio Water Weight concealer, which is very liquidy and sheer. So it gives you a nice glow. I'm going to grab my mini beauty blender and apply this bad boy right underneath the eye. Nice, huh? I'm gonna grab a little bit of powder. I'm going to use the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish powder in 2 shades. So I'm going to apply medium plus in the center of the skin with a little skinny brush. This is 944 from Bdellium. Awesome line of brushes, by the way. So I'm gonna brush it across my forehead, really sheer layer. See how it just diffuses the shine so your skin really still looks like skin. I love that. Then I'm going to run it down my nose and underneath my eye. Blend it down into kind of like a triangle area. And then chin. And I always like to warm up my neck if I do skin stuff, because it needs loving too, especially as we get paler and it gets colder. All right. And then I'm going to take a big fluffy brush like this bad boy and apply this is Dark Deepest, so it's a little bit dark, but I'm really going to apply a sheer layer and work it into the contours of my face to give me a nice contoured glow. So I'm just kind of stippling a little bit of the product and tapping off the excess. I'm going to work it across my hairline. Check out all those baby wispies coming through to play. And I'm just doing some circular motions, again, to keep it very neutral or natural and not have any lines in my makeup. And then I'm going to go from the top of the ear and then follow the hollow of my cheekbone towards the corner of my mouth, but I'm lifting my brush. So this is still all very light and highlighted. I bring that over onto my ear. Same thing on the other side. Again, this is you enhancing your face shape, so symmetry is super important. What you do to one side, you must do to the next. And blending is your best friend, as you can see. I'm blending like a fiend, especially because I'm using a shade that's so dark. It's like, I want to be that dark, but I know I can't. So you just get the tip. Just a bit of bronze on my nose. All right, that's nice. Nice and natural, right? Right. I'm just gonna take my Beauty Blender, not adding any extra product, and I'm just going to diffuse any of those brush marks that could be left over. Cool, like it. This is Laura Mercier setting powder, so I'm just gonna apply a tiny bit in my T-zone, just so I don't get shiny throughout the night. And I'm gonna take another fluffy brush. I like to keep one clean for my highlighted areas, and this is the Laura Mercier highlight powder, which is a nice shimmery color. I'm gonna work my brush in there, and I'm going to hit my highlight areas. So inner corner of the eye, boom. Both sides. And then you can do a tiny bit on the nose if you want. I love to do my Cupid's bow. And then kind of my brow bone, and I go right through the brow, so I kind of hit like above and below the brow at the same damn time. A bit of a highlight on your cheekbone. I'm gonna warm up my cheeks. This is 116 brush, and this is Sunbask, which is a nice kind of bronzy, shimmery, peachy color. And then just gives you a hint of pink. So I like to brush through the hair, then I almost like trace the underside of my brow, add a few strokes to fill in any sparse areas, brush again, and then I focus on the top side of my brow, so the arch. Again, kind of define the top, extend through the end, and use my spoolie to blend through. I'm gonna add some eyeliner. This is Urban Decay 24/7 and Bourbon. So I'm going to go in my waterline and kind of let the pencil hit my lower lashes as well. Or do we like this? Maybe I'll just do just the outer. So that's just a black liner. That's Perversion from Urban Decay. And then I'm just gonna take a little angle brush. This is just from the art store from Curry's. And I'm going to load it up with the same liner. So it's almost like using a gel liner, but you have a pencil and a gel in one. And I'm just gonna smooth out that top line. Cool. Bit of a cat eye. Cool, feeling it. This is dangerous territory. You can start to go, you know, back and forth and make one bigger, make one skinnier, one higher, one curvier. So I like to kind of stop while I'm ahead. And see, I'm still going. Oh my God, okay. Okay, good. Balanced? I think so. A bit of mascara. I'm loving this Charlotte Tilbury lip pencil, Iconic Nude. It's so gorgeous. So I just traced my lip line, and this is Laura Mercier gloss. Awesome, awesome. I'm gonna add just a touch more highlight on my cheekbone. That is Charlotte Tilbury, the Hollywood Glow, or the Beauty Light Wand, or whatever it's called. It's really nice and subtle. So I kind of just tap it on my orbital bone towards the end. Okay, fire. I'm gonna set this bad boy. This is Cover FX Dewy, oh no, the High Performance Setting Spray. Gotta keep this up all night. I'm staying up till 9 p.m. Okay. Whew. Okay.